Hell yeah, it's Friday. Welcome back to the Sean Atwood channel. It's Friendly Fire. I'm Ron Swanson, my wonderful co-host, Mr. Samson Kruppen, and
thank you.
Our fantastic guest tonight, Mr. James Davis. It's another awesome show. But before we get started on everything, Mr. Samson Kruppen, how are you? How has your week been? What has been going on with you, sir?
You know, it's been actually a pretty good week here across the pond, Ron. You know, I'm in Los Angeles. You're in the, you know, you're in Scotland.
Great Scotland.
Great Scotland. Yeah. Did they say Great Scots a lot there? Is that just Is that just a Star Trek thing? You know, Scotty.
No, that's a Back to the Future thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Good call. Yeah, Doc Brown would say, "Great Scots, Marty."
Marty. Yeah, exactly.
We need 121.1 gigawatts. Yeah,
man.
That's hilarious.
I hope they never remake that. If they remake Back to the Future, someone's getting an ass whipping. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Just
and
write
I'm sure
some
they're
new movie.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was crossing the street the other day and I was like, it's just superhero movie. They like, why can't they just be like the Shapeshifter? Just a dude who can be anything. You know, I'm just in my head. What is a different superhero? Are we this dumb that like, and it makes you realize how amazing the 80s were in 80s and 90s in terms of entertainment, because they're copying, you know, like you said, Back to the Future. I mean, classic movies that don't touch them.
No, right? I want to
touch them.
I want to see a series of superhero movies with superheroes with really pointless superpowers, like the ability to freshen breath. Do you know what I mean?
Right. There you go.
I live in a world where everyone's got amazing superpowers, and all you can do is deliver minty freshness. So you try and apply that to your world. You know, you're hanging around restaurants looking for people on first dates to swoop in and refreshing some breath in the nick of time before a first kiss is happening. Do you know what I mean? That's
like that.
I want to see that. But look,
okay, what if a group that like comes out and is like, stop shaming bad breath? You know,
exactly.
That's what's gonna happen.
But what if everybody had a superpower? Okay, it's not just one person. And one guy's like, hey, dude, come here. I can heal your bad breath because I can blow my super good breath into your mouth and cure you.
It's so intrusive, right? It's so intrusive, right? You get sales pitch of this guy's superpower and him freshening your breath, and he saves right till the very end of the pitch that he has to breathe his breath into your mouth. And all of a sudden, you're like,
open up.
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Super creepy.
I'm gonna roll the dice on this one.
Yeah.
Well, listen, everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic Valentine's Day. Whether it's a Valentine's yay or nay for you, you can let us know. But Mr. James Davis, thank you so much for being here. And look, just before we get into asking you some questions for the side chat for us, just introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about yourself. And thank you so much for being here.
Hey, everybody, I'm James Davis. I'm an actor, comedian, writer, producer. I got stand-up clips online. I've had TV shows, Netflix, Comedy Central, and I'm from LA, you know.
Hell yeah.
That's
it. The real deal. The real deal.
The real deal.
Let's do some standard interview stuff. Let's go back to the beginning, right? Let's go back to your journey, right, into comedy, into acting. What was the dream to begin with? Where did it start? Did it take a side turn? Take us on your memory road journey of how you started out.
Okay. Well, I guess it really started when I was sometime between 6 and 7 years old. My mom signed me up for a creative arts kind of workshop in my neighborhood, and it was ran by this actress named Marla Gibbs. She's known for like a show called 227 and done a lot of things. And so in that program, there was acting classes, dancing classes, singing classes, and I ended up getting an audition for a Michael J. Fox movie. No, some movie called Life with Mikey. And so that was my very first audition. And so that's kind of when I got the first kind of bug to be a actor, performer, or whatever. And then, you know, I just went back to being a young kid, a young boy, and focusing on sports, basketball, soccer. And then eventually I was obsessed with golf, and the goal was to be Life with Mikey. Exactly. That's I auditioned to be
you're supposed to be this dude.
No, I was supposed to. I don't know what I was supposed to be. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be like the co-star, but who knows?
Oh, damn.
Long time ago. So then, I focused on sports and everything, and then after I realized I wasn't going to be a professional athlete, I kind of circled back to acting, and the goal was to be an actor. I wasn't really like a class clown in school, but like around my family and like close friends, I would like make a lot of jokes, but I wasn't like always wanting to be a comedian or anything like that. I actually signed up for my first comedy show just because like I wasn't getting any auditions, and I just noticed that a lot of my favorite actors actually were like comedic actors, like Eddie Murphy, Carey, Jamie Foxx. So I was like, all right, well, maybe a step to becoming that is to do stand-up comedy. And so I did my first show, and I promised myself, if I bomb, we just won't do it anymore. But if I do it, then if I do well, then we'll keep doing comedy. And I did well enough to keep doing it. And from there, it was just the journey began when I was still, pursuing acting and everything. And I got eventually a role on Kevin Hart's show, Real Husbands of Hollywood, where I was playing his assistant, Oliver.
Right.
And I started doing like, the Wildin' Outs and the Chelsea Latelys and the random, just stand-up showcases. And eventually I got my own show on Comedy Central. I had that for a season. And after that, I ended it kind of for creative reasons, because it was a time where authenticity was really important to me, and I didn't want to just like make a show where I was coming off looking not like the true representation of myself. But I also had a game show on Netflix that I was doing, and from there, it's just been a lot of different hosted and ridiculousness off and stuff. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you talk a little bit about that? How you said like choosing your integrity over, can you talk about what it was that they maybe wanted you to do? Or
I can like make a long story short and simplify it. And pretty much like the show's called Hood Adjacent, and it was about me being in the middle, having a foot in like the hood, very Black experience, but also having a foot in the mainstream world, having gone to private school, like elementary, middle school, high school, college, playing golf. Like I know the white world, I know the mainstream world as well. And so when it came time for comedy, there's always a butt to the joke. There's always something that's being made fun of. And creatively, they were just offering a lot of challenges when I wanted to make comedy where Black people weren't the butt of the joke. But when Black people were the butt of the joke, they were all good for it. And eventually they made me like fire the showrunner who I was close with, who hadn't done anything wrong.
Right. Yeah, he's a friend of mine, or I mean a friend of ours too,
No.
Oh, it's not Martin?
No. I'm not talking about.
Okay. Oh no, he wasn't the showrunner. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, that was somebody else. But
my bad.
But anyway, like, so they were compromising the vision of the show. And I didn't want to do a show where I was just only making fun of my people, and so that's what happened with that. And from there,
because you have
just can't. And the show's based in my city, and it was just definitely some creative differences, and I just decided to move on. And I executive produced an HBO show for Bomani Jones for 2 seasons a couple years ago called Game Theory. And I just been developing stuff and going hard on the social media content, stand-up clips and the sketches, and just building the brand.
Yeah. Well, you've done amazing, James. I mean, out of all the comedians I know, I mean, you're definitely one of the most successful and one of the most working. I mean, since I've met you, I remember, when we met in the sketch group, what was it, the Black Hand side at the Comedy Store, and you were doing your Barack Obama, which, if people don't know out there, James was like one of the leading Barack Obama impersonators out there. He did his Baraka Flocka Flame music video, which I can send you, Ron, so we can play a little piece of that.
Yeah, awesome. That'd be great.
But just hilarious. I mean, And then, yeah, and to get your Comedy Central show is just next to impossible. To create a show that you can pitch, that gets past the pitch, that fucking they happen to like it, that they give you a green light to do a full pilot. Season. Yeah, past a pilot. I mean, even a pilot, everybody is just like,
yeah, exactly, exactly.
So just like, make sure, I mean, give you your flowers here. That shit. What you did is, I always say it's like winning a gold medal in the Olympics. It's that hard, it's that challenging to come from, like you said, just the beginnings of wanting to be a comedian or an actor to selling a show. It's like, so people know it's next to impossible because the idea has to be there. The representation you have to have has to be there. The showrunners or whatever has to be there. The network has to be vibing to this idea at the time. The executives can't get fired within that time. It can't be shit. We already just bought that show. We'd love to, James. There's so many things. I had 2 shows I tried to sell with Tiffany Haddish. Neither of them sold. So it's the hottest she's been. So I just want to illustrate how next to impossible it is to sell a show. So, obviously you'll do it again.
Thank you, man.
So I just had to fucking put that out there just because shit. I mean, and it was a great show at that as well. And I understand too, the struggle in the industry when you have mostly white execs, who they want to apply to your culture, in a sense. They don't really understand it. They kind of ride on top of it. And that challenge to have to stay true to the culture and also appease executives who are paying you a lot of money and all that pressure, a lot of people couldn't, hold up, they would be like, okay.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a pressure I had never experienced before. But like, yeah, it is an accomplishment for sure. And once you do it, you feel like you can do it again, but you learn so much. And even, I mean, now the industry is like the toughest it's ever been, like to sell stuff, very risk averse. Like they only want safe. It's not even safe. They want like guaranteed home runs. And like, you can't do that. You can't guarantee that. And all you're doing is just like going back to old formulas, like we were talking about, instead of creating new stuff. Yeah. And then people are like, all right, how many times are we going to see a reboot or like, the same character, same superhero?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it is
Spider-Man. Think about that. Yeah. Well, we got to create that next superhero,
Yeah.
Yeah. And literally anything, right? Listen, taking comics and then making movies from them is the same as just taking a book that's already been written. Okay. And I just want to say,
exactly,
there is millions of books, right? Millions that are amazing. No one's made a movie out of them yet. Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Because nobody reads anymore,
Right? Just pretend. Don't even say it's a book. Just pretend. No one's going to have read it. No one reads. Okay.
Right.
Just put it out there, mate. But yeah, I mean, music, entertainment. Now, it's all kind of samey, James, right? Now, you've had your foot in the traditional mainstream media production and also in the online streaming world. Was there much of a difference in the two? When from production or anything like that? Was there? Was there a great difference?
In the beginning, it used to be very separate. Like very, very separate. Like you had your YouTube people and your Vine people, your internet people over here, and then you had your legit Hollywood productions over here. And it was like you could be going crazy on YouTube and it didn't mean anything to the Hollywood studios and networks. And it was still about your resume and kind of just talent,
Right.
And so well, talent and relationships, but that was pretty much what it was. There's a lot of people, it's always been relationships and nepotism and stuff like that, like since the beginning of time. But like outside of that, it was all you could, as far as what you could control, it was about killing your audition, being in shape and, looking your best and just, working on your craft of acting. And then the YouTube thing was just like oh, I'm just a different world. Like you're just deciding to make internet content now because the industry is looking for guaranteed wins. They'll give opportunities to people who are spending all that time on the internet because they have a big following. And so like your following is paramount, and especially with comedy. And I know Sam can attest to this. Before, it was just like you have an hour, maybe you do an hour special, or you have some credits on TV, and you would tour. You would tour based off the fact that you were a great comedian. Right. Now it's like you tour based off your ability to sell out the room, and the ability to sell out the room comes more from your
TikTok,
YouTube,
social media.
Your social media than any people don't watch TV like that, and even if they see you on TV, your TV appearance isn't enough to make them connect with you to come and like sell out your show. So like, and it's like
I realize that like TikTok is. I feel like I'm getting more exposure on TikTok than I almost would the same. I mean, sometimes like I've been on Fox TV on a show, and definitely a lot of people saw that. But it's interesting how younger people, I've been recognized by kids, for TikTok shit.
Yeah, no, well, the way I look at it, I guess that's the final point is now, to me, the internet damn near holds more weight than TV, unless it's like, if you're going to be on SNL, Kendrick Lamar doing the halftime show, like some TV things are like big and everybody talks about it. I guess if you're like, going to host a award show but after that, like there's not a TV show out that I mean, I don't watch TV like that, but only the big TV shows. If you were on Succession or like, a really big show.
Yeah, it's top tier or bust.
Top tier or bust. And so if you're not going to be on a top tier show, if you're not going to be on a Game of Thrones,
right.
Literally, you can go on someone's YouTube show that gets 1 million views, and you're getting more exposure than you were for being on, like doing a late night set on Fallon.
Yeah.
Right. Well, think about Comedy Central right now. I mean, what are they even? It's the Daily Show. Yeah. So I mean, that just shows you are TBS, True TV, like all of these cable networks are gone. I mean, it's like we are the networks now in a sense, which I think in a way, like you were saying how, this has been the worst 2 years in Hollywood that since I've been here for 25 years in terms of so many people being out of work, from the art department, just like people who I know who are always working are not working now. And that's just insane. But it's also, I think, exciting because if you can get your following your own network going, YouTube, TikTok, or whatever, Instagram, that it gives you more power to the money is going straight into your bank account. It's not going to a fucking lawyer, So it's if you can make it work, it's a more direct way for the artist to get paid,
Well,
but it's hard.
At the end of the day, now I think it's just about It's about branding yourself and building a collective following that goes wherever you go. And so,
absolutely.
So that if you do want to go back to TV or networks or whatever, it's like you come with this number, this just like any other business. You come with a following of people who are going to spend money.
Here's my cachet,
It's back to the old school theory of you only book the fighters that sell tickets. Social media, retention, post interactions are a statistical factor in potential sales, ticket sales, metaphorically speaking, if you will.
Sure.
Even more so if it's not a ticketed event. If it's something you're promoting online, Netflix, etc., things like this. Social media is key to so much of this, and you've seen that in this year's presidential election run-ups, where Trump's son literally said to him, "Dad, you need to start going and doing some streamers. You need to do this," and off he went and he did it. right?
Mhm.
Mental. I mean, the guy's brilliant, right? But that sort of power now, do you think? Because I remember when Will Smith came to YouTube years ago, like years and years ago, he was the first major Hollywood star to turn up on YouTube and go, I'm a YouTuber now. And it was like, whoa, is like, when is like, and then it snowballed, then Jack Black, and it's now sort of the norm, you know, for a lot of larger celebrities to have some sort of YouTube interaction. But they don't seem to fit in to the traditional YouTube culture. It feels like the strong arming of the mainstream to fool us into thinking that the two can really merge. It's merged on a couple of occasions until Jack Black ruined his entire existence.
He was doing what? How did Jack Black ruin his?
Honestly, I can't remember, man. I don't know. I need to go and look it up. I seen a video, Jack Black losing subscribers. It's over, and I was like, I can't bear to watch this. I can't.
Oh, what was that? I forgot. Oh, it was when Trump the first Pune attempt.
Yeah,
and Kyle in Tenacious D, the other guitar player. He goes, I wish he, you know, it was Jack Black's birthday. What do you wish for? And Kyle goes, I wish they wouldn't have missed. And so everybody, he had to cancel his, you know, it's just kind of fucking crazy. He had to cancel his tour. It's like, dude, come on. If somebody would have made that joke about Biden, they would have fucking, nobody would have said a word. Nobody, no, you know, Terrence, you know, whatever, fucking David Chestnut or whatever fucking country star's name.
Yeah.
Luke Combs, whoever. Like, if they said something like, wish he wouldn't have messed, woohoo, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But that wasn't Jack. That was his brother.
You know no, it was Kyle, you know, and then all of a sudden Jack was getting killed for. I mean, it's, you know, there's a fine line of cancel culture where I think you have to stand up to it in certain instances because it's almost like
listen, bro. Here's the thing:
more, you know?
There's cancel culture, but there's this new wave of thing that I've just noticed, right? Which is the younger generation, maybe 17 to 20.
Yeah,
couldn't give a shit about any culture that's older than about 3 years. Okay,
right? Yeah,
if it's Jack Black, they don't give a rat's ass. They don't give a rat's ass about some mad guy doesn't shave his beard ever. They're like that,
right?
But you know, and that's the thing. It's wild.
Ron, did you get that Baraka Flocka Flame YouTube video I sent you?
I did indeed.
I did, man, because I would love to play it for you for a second. It's pretty hilarious.
Hell yeah.
All right, so you guys can see. So this is probably, what is this, James? What year is this?
2010.
2010.
Yeah, 2 years into Obama's presidency. The good old days, we call this. That's going to be my campaign slogan. Let's go back to the good old days, which just about 2008.
Nah. As somebody not in America,
I'm not bored
when it's crazy. I give me the wild card presidents
times
that make mad decisions. I'm here for it, man. Did you see the size of the pen that the president used to sign his stuff?
Yeah. Hold on.
The man used to right. You got a pen, Mr. Trump? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Look at this thing. That's what he's doing. Yeah.
Those
shit.
Whoa.
I can't get over it. I
just huffed, man. I just huffed live. I should.
You're gonna like probably need a nap in a second.
Yeah, I already needed one, man. Jesus, that was pretty. No, that'll wake you up for about 30 seconds. Also, real quick before we play this video, what did you guys think of Elon's son X was in the Oval Office wiping boogers on Trump's desk, and he was telling him to shut the fuck up. He says, "You're not the president."
How old is he?
There were 3.
Yeah,
the kids. He has some gold chain.
What can you
know,
say?
Like, dude, it's crazy.
Nah, listen, he's 3 years old, right?
That little pimp.
You can't say anything. You can't say anything to the little guy. If he wants to wipe his boogers on the table, he's going to wipe his boogers. He's 3. Okay?
Yeah, right. Even Trump, he just tries to. He's scared.
3-year-old to the Oval Office,
right? Man, that's why
Elon Musk shouldn't have that much swag in the White House. Just be like, I'm just going to bring my dirty ass son in here.
Yeah, and then he's wearing a trench coat.
You're forgetting one thing though, James, and one thing, Samson, right? This is Elon
Elon
Musk.
president.
He'll have turned up with some billionaire technology that Trump's never seen, right? So he'll be like, listen, Trump, I'm going to introduce you to the aliens, right? And you'll push the on button in his pocket, and the tiny little holographic projector built into the forehead of Elon Musk will just project some stuff. And then Trump will be like, whoa, Elon and the aliens, my G. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I buy that. I think you're right. I think Elon has, he's got his Starlink is linked to the aliens.
Right.
He's introduced Trump to something bigger than money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is. We don't know. We can all, I was even saying on my TikTok, I feel like we're living in a Terminator movie because, okay, Elon, there was 400 million that are going to armored Tesla trucks, which they're unmanned, you know, they're all
unmanned armored Tesla trucks.
Okay. Yeah. Then he has the Optimus robots that's already out. They've been fucking Kim Kardashian for months already, testing her out. What happens when everybody gets one in their house and they activate it? Allegedly. Sorry, allegedly.
Allegedly.
But I was thinking about that. Like, we are literally, Starlink is the fucking, it could be the
Starlink's a mad one.
You know? Elon looks like an alien.
Yeah.
I think Elon
blinks this way. He blinks this way.
You know, but you know, I mean, you're forgetting. I mean, those chips that he's putting in people's heads. You telling me that he's not got like a super orgasm chip? That he's just like, right, we'll put the super orgasm chip in, okay, and then my son gets the white boogers wherever he wants, okay.
Ron, stick with me on this. And James, here's somebody. I was around my fire the other night at the Super Bowl, and one of the dads threw me this conspiracy theory allegedly.
Okay. Look into your eyes.
That Guantanamo Bay could really be allegedly a testing site for his Neuralinks.
Hell yeah.
And that's why he wanted to send people to Guantanamo Bay?
Right. Because what is the jurisdiction? I don't know. What is the jurisdiction over there? They've obviously sent people over there who are, and by the way, we love ICE. They're doing a great job. But it's like they've sent people over there that are not hardened criminals. They've already, that's happened. There was a guy on TikTok that they were going around. He was not a violent criminal and whatnot. So, like kids, everything is getting thrown in the mix to Guantanamo, and it's plausible. The Neuralink, I mean, that's the future of, paralyzed people can supposedly,
sure. I mean, I'm with you.
So I don't know.
Like, I just want like an Iron Man arm. Neuralinks are great in that. But
that would be cool. Just
give me the Iron Man arm.
You put a chip into my brain, and the chip can, like, I don't get that.
Well, think about your phone, James. How we carry it with us everywhere. I can't go anywhere without this thing.
Basically the wish.com version, James, is to just duct tape your phone onto the back of your head with a Bluetooth earpiece.
Hold on.
Right? I seen a TikTok where somebody was like, I got a Neuralink, but I could only afford to get the one with ads, and it's like him at 4 o'clock in the morning being abruptly woken up by a Raid of Legends ad on it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Neuralink from wish.com. All right, well, listen, just set the premise one more time for this this video, the Baraka Flaka for us.
James.
James, sorry.
Okay. Imagine Barack Obama touring LA, and going into a very stereotypical, I guess, hood area of South Central.
All right. Okay. Listen, let's get ready. Okay, so this is Baraka Flaka Flames by James Davis, head of the state. Here we go.
Can we pump that audio? Or am I just hearing it? Great editing, too.
I'm the head of the motherfucking state, nigga. I brought you change, nigga. What the fuck you thinking, nigga? I won't die, I'm the shit, that's what Michelle say. Secret Service, but I got my own SK. See, Hillary, that's my motherfucking nigga. I hang in D.C. with them Senate House killers. Barack the flame one hood ass nigga. In the 6'4", bending corners, my nigga. Got a main bitch, got a mistress, a couple dogs.
Like Barack Obama.
Okay. We be smoking. I pass bills free, shorty, no joking. Hey, what I stand for? Change, nigga. I'ma die for this country, man, I swear to God. In the trap with some killers and some hood niggas. Where you at? Where's your trap?
The hairline on the side.
Keep this shit 300, put that shit on my hood. Crips fucking with me, G's in the basement. Essays in the Miko freestyle off the dome. President Barack Flocka flame, it's fucking on.
Yeah, it's too good. It's too good.
Oh my God. That's amazing. I want to say too, I learned a very valuable lesson from this music video. James knows what I'm talking about, because I was supposed to play a Secret Service agent in this video. And my fucking wife, God bless her soul, was wrong again. And she's like, what, are you doing another video for free? And she had hit me with a bunch of those leading up to that, where it unfortunately landed. I was like, oh, all right. I'm like, yeah, James, sorry. Because we had other shit already planned. And my wife, just that fucking bullshit. Are you getting paid? And I'm like, no. But this is the video that got away, Ron. I should have been Secret Service. And interesting enough, now that I'm Secret Service Sam, I destined for it. But yeah, let's play a little bit of James's stand-up. This is from one of the hottest shows in the world, let's just say. Live comedy, Chocolate Sundays. Comedy is every Sunday, 2 shows at the Laugh Factory, and they sell it out every Sunday. It's the most successful black comedy night in Los Angeles. And so
someone in the chat asked how many views. Barack Flocka has like 16 million views.
16 million.
16.
Right.
Yeah, 16.
Tane. Yep. No, I mean that was just this taught me the lesson that go with your gut. It's not about the money. Don't listen to your wife. Do what you know is good for your career. Because when you're a comic, nobody knows your vision like you will, not your closest loved ones, your children, your wife. You can't really trust anybody with your vision but yourself. And you just have to
keep in mind as well, we're talking 2010 YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, this was so huge. Yeah, that's why this was so huge.
And this is like the epitome of 2010 YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's and the Sharpied on hairline at the side, everything, bro. It's so good that you really you nail the look. It was really good.
Thank you.
Let's jump
and
in.
His voice too. And James, this catapulted your career, right? I mean, this was a pretty big turning point for you.
Yeah, tell us about that, James. Tell us about.
I don't know how I skipped past this, but this is what got me like my first like real representation, and from here, that's how I started working with Funny or Die.
Right.
And then from Funny or Die, I started dropping Kobe sketches, and I did a sketch called Black and Jewish that I wrote and directed. Yeah. But and then Funny or Die gave me my first sketch show pilot. It was Funny or Die and the E Network, and it didn't move forward. There was like a network changeover or whatever. But this is what got everything really started for me, which is funny because now like I've returned to focusing so much on YouTube and social media.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of the full circle of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost a reminder in this business that at the end of the day, building your fan base on the internet is they're always going to be there for you. When the networks and these fickle people who don't understand entertainment and comedy or deciding on your life, literally, it's nice to have this backing of people that support you. So financially, you're like, dude, I'm good. So whatever else happens is gravy. But
yeah, no, 100%.
That's what gives you peace of mind. Like, at least I got these people. I can sell some shirts, do some road gigs, like something.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a retirement. So yeah, let's check this clip out though.
Yeah, let's check it out.
The person having 2 separate trips.
Hang on, let me just refresh that in case it was.
Yeah, it was a little late.
Version with someone, but you the only one concerned about money. You and that other person having 2 separate trips. They having the trip of a lifetime, frolicking, splashing, signing up for all the activities. Archery, bitch, since when? We ain't never been at the crib. And you was like, you know what I'm into? Bows and arrows. Never. You're being reckless. You running it up. You running it up. That's what you're doing right now. It's disrespectful. Meanwhile, the dude, he on the other side of the beach doing beautiful mind math. Just tallying up all the totals. Doing silent algebra in the sand. A squared plus B squared plus skydiving. I'm gonna have to get a job here so we can leave. You ever be in Maui door dashing at night? Dropping off burgers and fries so you can afford tomorrow?
That's funny.
When you on an excursion with someone,
that's hilarious.
That's good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that was good.
Funny.
We need more than one. We need more.
I
than
love,
one
getting a job here so we can leave is hilarious.
Yeah, we need more than one.
Great
clip,
writing.
Right? We need more than one clip, right? I'm gonna bring this page up. We need more clips, right? So you pick one for us, James, right?
Play that one right there. The don't talk that one, yeah. And then everybody go watch it because it's
like if you like right now you look like you invented something in the 60s. But if you take the glass, can I put your glasses on real quick? See, look. Regular right now, regular dude, comedian. Invented computers. They don't talk about me because of the racist history. It was me, Darnell Washington III, in 1957. I told the white dude, man, keyboard monitor goes crazy. Regular again. See, you got like them black.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. That's good.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I like that, man. It's good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's funny. What's your biggest social media following, James? Like what platform now?
Dang it, they're doing something.
Because you have 137K on Instagram. That's very impressive.
That's my biggest Instagram. I have like 25K. I love that suggested as Josh Johnson. Okay, Ali Sadiq.
Yeah,
that's some good suggestions. But yeah, probably there. YouTube, it's tough because I have like 19,000 subscribers, but they're only there for Baraka Flocka. They're not concerned about James Davis at all.
Hilarious. You know, it's funny. I know it sounds bad, but when Josh Johnson, I first saw him, he's hilarious, but I thought I was a woman.
Yeah, he has a weird.
Is that just me, or I kind of kept it to myself until now, because I love him, but I literally thought he was a woman when I first saw him, and then I was like, oh wait, no, Josh Johnson, and I was
just baby faced. He's very, very baby faced,
and his voice is kind of very soothing. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
but yeah, I mean.
Just me,
You've had some awkward mornings in a trip to Thailand, I would imagine.
Yeah, I was like jerking off, and I was like, "Alex, I did not again, not again, Sam."
My comedy crush is a man.
Yeah, and I was like, Josh, I guess, yeah, maybe it's it's Jashina, maybe.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Well, listen. There's a lot of people saying get these two guys back one night. Listen, just the Samson and I are the co-host here. Our wonderful
Yeah,
guest.
we're here.
Yeah, we're here every week. Samson and I
Get
are here.
these guys back. Yeah.
Samson will
They're
be
like,
here every week, man. He's
yeah. They're like, not you two. They're like, not you two. We just want James.
Yeah, man, it's too good, bro. It's too good. No, the comedy is hilarious, and I can totally see how 2010. I can see how that is warranted a 16 million views. 100%, right? 100%. You release that tomorrow, and the algorithm will shut your ass down in about 30 seconds. You'll have about 30 seconds of peak sharing from the algorithm. Then it will just slowly count up the N words and go, oh no. I say no, Mr. Davis. So it was a perfect storm for you, right?
Yeah.
One long bleep.
Yeah.
What,
I mean,
it would just be one long bleep. The
whole, yeah. The first 40 seconds of the song is just silent, right?
Yeah.
And then the monetization part kicks back, and you get about 8 seconds, and then just silent again. Yeah, but that's
think about how old YouTube was even at that point. Because when was YouTube? I feel like YouTube started around 2008 or 2000.
Yeah, YouTube was still at the age of like running around and pissing all over itself.
Because the first big rap parody was Andy Samberg, the Chronicles of Narnia, that SNL. That was like a thing at Christmas. I remember I was like, oh, YouTube, and it has this many views, and that became a thing. And it was like, James, you were pretty close to that wave of just like when something like that was life-changing.
There wasn't a lot of high level execution on YouTube.
That part.
So the people on YouTube were like, like cat, like the stereotypical cat videos, or like just low budget stuff, and like vlogging. And so that, like, because even there were other people who had done like some Barack stuff, but like no one had really made like something that really looked like the thing about that video is it really looked like the low budget official music videos of that.
Yeah,
like it looked like he shot it the way that the actual rapper who really has a song shot his video.
Yeah, nice.
No, it's very well shot and edited and executed. Was that why am I forgetting who's the director of that video?
Me and Martin.
Yeah, Martin. Okay, yeah, that's right. You and Martin. Okay, cool. Yeah. Shout out to Martin. Yeah.
Shout out to him. I went on Dateline for that.
Right.
Dateline Inside Edition, something like I was on the news for that, and then they wrote an article in the LA Times about like that, like going viral was something like that, where it wasn't like just a normal thing. So like,
yes,
literally wrote a news article in the LA Times about the video going viral.
Right. Yeah, because that was a thing. I mean, nowadays going viral, it's great. We still get excited about it, but it didn't make the papers. But something like at that time, it really, I mean, it was, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I guess it was a president too, but like,
right.
It was something. So it was, I guess, like a sign of things to come, because it was just like so against the rules. Like I was the president, I'm like literally like smoking weed, like
right, and you looked like him. Yeah. The makeup was great.
So it was like
your voice was perfect.
I really gave this vision of like Barack doing some really like disrespectful or none.
Yeah. Like, I can tell you this right now. A couple of times during that video shoot, cars will have been driving past, and they would have been like, "What was that? What was that?"
Yeah, is that him? Yeah.
Actually, when you watch the whole music video, there's literally a shot of that.
Right.
Like some like low key, like probably like gang members. They just pulling down the street, and they just look at us, and we film it.
Yeah. On the drive home, though, it slowly sinks in. Like, so lucky that like a van full of ISIS members didn't like drive back in 2010. Do you know what I'm saying? And just went had on your ass. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
what was so amazing about it though is at that time, James was the alternate voice for Barack Obama. You know what I mean? Like everybody was very excited about Barack being president. I mean, probably the most supercharged, non-racist people have been in our history. And James, when that video came out, it was like, okay, we think Barack's cool, all this, but it was almost as if you could see Barack's alter ego and just sitting. It was just the, you know, the timing and the execution. It was just what made it great. So
yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
A classic. So is there any stuff in the side chat at all that we want to have any questions at all?
Can I just ask you, if I say to you big fish in the news, do you know what I'm talking about?
So me?
No.
Yeah, either of you, right? Like the internet's going crazy over this big fish that appeared. Yeah, no, it's an angler fish, right? That only exists at the bottom of the deepest parts of the sea. That swam.
Oh yes, I did see that thing.
Right?
Freaky.
Like, dude, it's like they never come up to where there's sunlight. So the internet's like romanticized that this big fish swam up to the daylight so that before it died, it could see the daylight and all this. And it's everywhere. People have been. My own fiance was messaging me. And he's like, "You got to talk about this today on your show. You got to talk about this today on your show." So I'm like looking at the messages. Big fish, man.
Do you have a picture?
Yeah, it's an angler fish, man. They are not.
They're nasty. They look like something out of Despicable Me.
They look like something out of a fever dream. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at
they're
this.
Nasty.
Like, oh God.
I wonder what was happening because they usually are not seen like in light.
Look at this guy. Look at him.
Dude, I would freak. Look at those teeth.
Yeah, so it needs to be in the depths of the hell of sea. Alien. That's an alien.
Yeah. This bit
literally.
This bit here, James, moves forward, right? And acts as a little fishing rod, and it
the little light,
and then the little fish swim over here under this massive big set of jaws, and it just clamps down on the little fish. Hence anglerfish.
I mean, imagine in complete darkness, this thing's got a little fucking lantern on its head that it's able to just like boom, and the fish are like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is this?" And then just, I mean, and look at those teeth. Like that looks like those teeth are for taking down decent-sized prey, you know.
Those teeth for murder.
No, that's not Skrill, you know, or whatever the fuck they call it.
Listen, if you go to the doctors and at any point your X-ray looks like this, you're in trouble. Okay, you are in trouble. Okay, where's its stomach go? Like if you're 95% mouth, right?
Yeah.
Like, where
I have a question that I'd like to propose to everybody and all of our listeners.
Okay.
For $1 billion, would you let that thing go down on you?
$1 billion. How long is it going down on me for? Wait, how long is it going down on me for?
10 seconds, but I think that's enough to probably end
10 seconds. Is that inside or is it in the water or out of the water?
Oh. Let's go in the water. You know, you're swimming and you think it's a blowfish, which usually that feels good, but no. This puppy, you're like, oh, it's a blowfish. Take down, you start taking down the trousers, but
listen, it's not, blowfish have got a beak, bro. They've got a beak.
Yeah,
they'll like bite carrots in half in that, bro. Like
they don't call them blowfish because you pull your trousers down and they come up and they're like
No, that's that Amazonian fish.
I've been doing it wrong, man. Oh my god.
So the teeth are mad on this thing. Like, I mean, and they're not small either. Like they're chunky boys. They are chunky boys.
They're saber-toothed tiger teeth.
That's how your teeth look when you get them denture things. Like when they shave them down.
That is exactly. This is what happens when someone in Hollywood falls on 3 years consecutive hard time.
Okay. Yes.
And the what are they called?
The meth mouth.
Underneath the veneers, that's how all they teeth
look. Hell yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, they just go, they slide on.
Yeah, man. But the internet's been going crazy over this fish.
Yeah,
man.
It's crazy. I would too. Could you imagine whoever took the picture, like seeing that fucking come up? I would freak.
Yeah, man. Well, here's the footage, right? And this is the first time this fish is ever. It's the first time this fish has ever been filmed in the daylight ever.
It's so much bigger than I thought too. That's what she said. Sorry.
Right. There you go. Up to depths of between 200 and
1,500 meters. That's your talk. That's your math, bro.
That's
meters.
The surface, bro.
Huh. You think it's dying?
Yeah. Listen, everyone's sort of romanticizing that it spent its life in darkness and it just wanted to see the daylight once before it died. Either or it got some mad fish disease and got completely wired off its nut on some seaweed and just went off on a wee vertical drift. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It seems so impractical, though. Like, it seems very hard for that thing to move around. It's just all face. Right?
It's like it's like if you took like a sanitary pad and stuck it on the back of a bowling ball and just went fish. Do you know what I'm saying?
Fish.
That's what it looks like.
Just all head. We got a Jay Leno chin.
The Jay Leno chin.
It's got Jay Leno chin. It's chin on chin. This chin's got a chin.
And the mouth is huge. Imagine like if you just stuck your hand in that, if it would just right away.
Honestly, I'm not being funny, but that is, if you look up a face only a mother could love in the dictionary, that's the face. Yeah. That's the original face that only a mother could love right there.
I mean, all you could eat is I bet that has good cheek. You know, I bet if you freaking fried that up, that's some good cheek right there.
I bet it is, but here's the thing, right? It's got this huge big mouth, but I mean, where's its stomach, right? Because if this is all head, right? If this is all head, there's got to be a little bit of gullet for it to go
tiny
down,
in there,
right?
The gullet. Mm-hmm.
So there's just going to be this tiny, like tiny little stomach back here.
Yeah, like how is it taking in? Like the mouth is so big, it just seems like, yeah. How's it doing that?
It's nature's
impressive.
Wild,
yeah, it really is.
I mean,
how people are like, that's an alien.
But how do you evolve to being like, okay, all the other fish, right, have evolved into sleek, aerodynamic, like
that's not at all.
And you evolve into just. I mean, what is going on? But then
Halloween fish.
It's a whole world that deep in the ocean, man.
Yeah, man.
It's that's the space.
Yeah, man.
A whole new world.
And listen, and then to counter out the fact that you're just all head, we'll stick a actual fishing rod on your head with a glowing light on it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a crazy.
He's the only one with a light down there, so it's kind of cool.
That used to be a baby.
The light man. Yeah.
That's what's crazy. It was a little baby fish with a little rod.
Yep. That is nuts, man. That is crazy. It's 12:56. Are we about 4 minutes from the?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I just want to tell everybody in the side chat. You can see right here above me is my YouTube. So please follow me. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers, guys. Yep. So I can get. You have one of the you have the little silver thing behind you, don't you, Ron?
No
play button.
That's my YouTube never gave me my play button when I got 117,000 subs. So I was kindly made one by a subscriber. YouTube changed their policy the same year as I went over 100K, and they said we've got to approve every channel for a play button now. And because I was exposing child predators and shutting down organized crime nonsense, they were like, no button for you. And I was like, thanks.
That's great. Because you get it for 10,000 followers, right?
No, 100,000.
Oh, it's 100,000. I got a while to go.
Yeah, man.
I thought 10,000. I was like, that's pretty generous.
Like years and years ago, it was 10K, 100K, and a million. And then they changed it to 100K, 1 million, 10 million, and 50 million now.
100K on YouTube. It's funny how that's so much different, the weight, than 100K on TikTok. Yeah. Or Instagram or Facebook or whatnot.
But it's also interesting how the currency of subscribers work. So if you've got 100,000 subscribers on TikTok and you start on YouTube and say, hey guys, come and join my YouTube, what does that translate into? Do you see what I mean? Because a lot of people can get incredible interactions on, say, Instagram and try and transition to YouTube, and it doesn't reflect, if you see what I mean. So it shows you how high a percentage of viewer is grounded into one form of social media. If you see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, which is interesting because then it also indicates that you have two independent audiences. If you see what I'm saying. So there's two ways of looking at it. People often see it as a failure if your YouTube doesn't match up with your other higher ones, but it's not. You've just got to look at it as two separate audiences.
Yeah, that's a good point. What were you going to say, James?
Yep.
I forgot.
All right.
That's right.
Cool, though.
Don't worry.
That was awesome.
Listen, everyone's linked.
Say that
Go ahead.
having 1 million followers on like a TikTok versus IG versus YouTube, like if you have 1 million followers on YouTube, like I assume you're rich.
Yeah.
Like you're doing very well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Sean Atwood does own a lot of incredibly mahogany looking furniture. I'm not going to lie.
I was going to say, all the backgrounds, and his wife is like, I mean, they've got their house.
You know,
I mean, it's beautiful.
It's Jen's background's the one. Sean tries to keep it humble with his like white chipboard bookshelf in there.
Right.
And you cut to Jen, and it's like the Lion and the Witch in the wardrobe, like mahogany freaking. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Right.
When your wallpaper looks like it has a gold leaf wallpaper interlaced with it, it's a different level. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Listen, I just want to say, James, thank you for being here. Just want to say, Sam, thank you for being so awesome. We're live again in about 30 minutes with Surviving Life, the podcast, myself, Beverly Rhodes, and Big Homie. We'll see you over there. Thank you all for being part of this. Thank you all for being awesome. And we will see you all in the next one. Thank you.